I am probably a person who has way too many projects, with 3 videos a month in 2024 and 4 videos a month in 2025. On top of this, I took on a new project, learning how to sew and make stuff. We've worked very hard almost every Sunday learning how to sew, and sometimes also gaming. But for the most part, it's a lot of hands and knees on the floor working into the late hours of the evening. I am the kind of person who jumps in head first, often biting off more than I can chew. This approach may be scary for some, however I find I thrive and it allows me to learn things quickly. But even I admit, when I bought the sewing machine in 2022, I had taken on maybe a little bit too much. Our flatmate Molly knew how to sew, so in exchange for making Molly top of the line, she showed us how to sew. We started off with the basics. We learned to sew a tablecloth, getting a feel for the machine, before moving on to something a little bit more complex. After the tablecloth, we then moved on to making a duvet, for which I am extremely happy with how it turned out. I've always liked duvets that can flip colours, but I wanted to be a little bit extra. This green side is very silk-like, which is perfect for summer when you don't want to overheat. But on the yellow side, it is very soft and warm to the touch, which is perfect for winter. The 2 different materials were a little hard to sew together, as they had different stretch factors. But we got there in the end, and ended up having enough fabric that we ended up making 2 duvets and 1 set of matching pillow covers. We took on the next big task, making Ching a dress. Yeah, we went right into the deep end. But it paid off, and we managed to make the dress. And for a first attempt dress, we did not too bad. And on a beautiful sunny morning, I got Ching up out of bed and tried to capture some candid shots with her in this dress to mixed success. To be honest, I'm not the best portrait photographer, and shooting on old expired slide film and not controlling your background or learning how to pose people will only get you so far. Maybe this is a challenge I need to give myself in the future. I did take some shots on my Sony a7 Mark II with my Helios 442 as well, just in case the side film was really bad because it was expired. Whilst I was feeling the vibe, I decided to also break out my black and white slide film and shoot a shot or 2 on that as well. After that impromptu session, I had an idea in my head. Photographing Ching in the white dress on rocks with the sunrise, an often forgotten talked about photographic trope. We waited and waited for the right morning to come along with a few false starts before this morning, where we headed out to where I often go to shoot my sunrise photos. I took some shots on slide film, hoping to capture the moment as close to what we experienced, so you can clearly see what kind of lighting I had that morning. Then, just to be safe, a few photos on the Sony and the Helios as well. And what turned out to be the nicest photos from the little session was the shot on my Fujica 690. If you don't want your art to be stuck in a rut, remember, many great songwriters are inspired by books, filmmakers by paintings, poetry and photography. One hobby does not forgo another. Different mediums can influence and inspire each other. As always, it's been real, guys.